Good morning. Today we'll be continuing with the class, Ordering the Judgments, Part 3. So we're going to keep ordering judgments until we receive a new instruction from the book. Today we will be dealing with theft and some responsibility, right? Owner responsibility. So this is going to reshape our thinking about how we view how theft is supposed to go. So, it's early in the morning. So we're going to start here, and we're in Exodus chapter 21. You'll see that the book posted, so you can read along. I know some of you may take offense to the cover. I'm not responsible for the cover, but the contents, the materials inside are vitally important. They have been verified to be authentic, not by foreign peoples or powers, but I did the work myself, and I went to people who could actually read it, of my own people, and they verified it. So the book has been authenticated. All right. So we're here, and we're going to start in Exodus chapter 21, and we're going to start with verse 37. And when a man stealeth an ox or sheep and killeth it and sell it. So if you steal an ox, a sheep, a goat, then you kill it and sell it. 5 oxen he shall make good for one. So if for the oxen specifically, it's 5 for 1, right? This goes for a donkey too, because it is a beast of burden. Just going to explain that here for you. I'll read it. So it says, 5 oxen he shall make good for 1, because he had hindereth him from his plowing. So there is an extra oxen given because you stopped the ox or the donkey from plowing the person's field. So you caused collateral damage, right? This is damage on top of you already just took the ox. Now, just for the theft alone, right? And 4 sheep for 1, because he hath impoverished him by his theft and not done service by it. So there's 4 sheep for 1, right? Because you stole this sheep and just sold it for money. So now you have to restore 4, right? You didn't even need it for your own self, for your own service, for your own work. So we have to take these things into consideration, right? So if you take it, you sell it, you just take the money. All right. You have to pay this person back 4, right? Plus the 1 you stole, right? So that 4 for 1, right? So replacing the 1 and then putting more on top. This is the law. So don't steal. Of course, it's more expensive to steal it than it is to buy it. So buy it. Now we're going into chapter 21. That was the last verse of 21. This is chapter 22. If a thief be found in the window of a wall and be smitten and die, there shall not be on account of the guilt of shedding of innocent blood. So if you catch a thief in the window and you kill him, whether it be a scuffle or not, you may see him and just shoot him. You heard a noise, you come in, you see somebody, you shoot him. That's it. There's not an account of innocent blood. Now, this is going to now proceed to give you more stipulations as to when it is on account of innocent blood. All right? So the shedding of innocent blood, the killer then loses their life. Okay? If the thing be as clear as day, or as clear as the sun, right? That he was not entering to destroy life, and one hath killed him. The guilt of the shedding of innocent blood is upon him, right? So now, if it become clear that the person coming in the window was not there, you know what I'm saying, to kill anyone, right? And you killed him, right? So you kill him, and there's no weapon on the person. There's no weapon in their possession, all right? They didn't come in with a weapon, all right? So this person is not here to kill anyone, you know? And you say, well, how do we know that? Well, there may be an occasion where some young man is interested in some young girl, your daughter, maybe a handmaid, and the young man wants to see her. And, you know, she has now, you know, encouraged this behavior, right? If you come sneak in the window and we'll meet and talk for whatever. So this person has not come in to destroy life. He has not come in to kill anyone, right? So killing them because you're angry, you know, that's not the case, right? Or if they coming in and you catch them holding goods and they surrender, right? They have their hands in a defensive position. All right, you seize them, okay? You capture this person. And they say, what happens when you capture the person? If spared from his hand, restoring he shall restore. So now, if you capture the person is more valuable alive than dead. So now, restoring, he has to restore, right? And if he doesn't have the means, the wherewith to restore, the court, the Bet Din, the house of judgment, shall sell him for his theft until the year of release. So remember we read earlier about if an Israelite or an Israelitish person, right? So it could be a person that just lives among us in the community. They're accepted. And they come and they steal. Well, now this person, because of his theft and he doesn't have the money, he have to work it off. So he has sold himself into servitude. He has to have a job and he have to, you know, he'll get paid, but he have to work off his debt to restore that which he was stealing, right? And, you know, he has to restore 4 for 1 if he sold it, but in this case, this person is caught with the goods in their hands. So now we have to get an explanation about what happens when a person is caught stealing, caught in the act. All right? If before witnesses the thing stolen was found in his possession, so from an ox, and a donkey, an ass, unto a sheep alive, he shall restore now 2 for 1. So now this gives a separate context. So the first context was the thing is stolen and it's sold. The second context, the thing is stolen and you found it in his possession. So if you find it in his possession, you have to give back 2 for the 1 you stole. So it costs you double. Now it will cost you 4 times as much. 4 for the 1 you stole, you have to give back if you sell it. If a man break in upon a field or a vineyard and send in his beast to feed in another man's field, the best of his field and the best of his vineyard he shall restore. So if you take your animals and graze on someone else's property, you have to, whatever your animals eat, the best of your field you have to now give to this person. So this is about 2 people with substance, right? If you have livestock, you have a field. Nobody gets livestock and you don't have a field to put them in, even if it is small. right? So now you can't take the livestock out to graze in somebody else's field from whatever they planted just because you want your sheep to eat. You want your goats, your cows, your horses, you want them to eat. That's not going to work. So if you do this, then the best of your field, you're going to have to give to them to supplement their loss. If fire break out and catch thorns and consume the sheaves, or whatever is standing or the field, whoever kindled the fire shall surely restore. So if a fire catches someone's property, whoever set the fire and whatever is burnt down, you have to restore it. Okay, whatever is standing there, it can be anything, whatever the crop is. You have to restore the fullness of that field and everything that's burnt down. When a man confided to his neighbor silver or vessels to keep without recompense for the care, and they be stolen from the man's house, if the thief be found, he shall restore 2 for 1. So if you give something to your neighbor, right? Your next door neighbor, your friend, your family member, your cousin, and somebody steal it, if the thief is ever found, that thief has to restore 2 for 1. Okay? So this is the general thinking and understanding, right? If it's found, he found him with the goods, he has to restore 2 for 1. Right? So if you had 10 pounds of silver, he's got to give back 20 pounds of silver. So you get that and another on top. If the thief, 2 for 1, if the thief be found, right? If the thief be not found, so if the thief isn't found, the master of the house shall be brought before the judges and shall swear that he has not put forth his own hand upon the property of his neighbor, right? So if you don't find the thief, the one who the stuff was stolen from has to now come before the judges and swear, right? Right? So he has to come forth and swear. Now, this is a big deal. There's more people here, right, that will actually pay before swearing, because in swearing, the judgment will come out. It will come out later, right? Nothing is an unsolved mystery here. It will come out later. Once the things die down, we know where you're going to sell the goods. We know where you're going we know what happens when you hold it for a while. You feel like it's okay. You start using it, pretending that it's yours. So we know. We will see it. Okay? So after you swear, the people will rather pay, and then some people, they just don't want judgments to fall on their children or anyone in their household. They don't want the shame. So they rather pay and then deal with the thief separately. We'll get to that. And about whatever is injured covertly, whether ox, ass, sheep, clothing, raiment, or whatever is lost, he shall make oath when he has said it is so, Amen, that's the word. And when the thing stolen shall be afterward found in the hand of the thief, the cause of both shall be brought before the judges, the cause of the householder and the cause of the thief. And whom the judges shall condemn, the thief shall restore twofold to his neighbor. So it brings both causes back. I told you, when the thief is found. So you bring the householder, so the person you gave the goods to, right? He swore that he didn't put his hand on it. Okay, he swore. Now, if he didn't want to swear, you have to understand. He may say, I swear that I didn't put my hand to this, but let me restore my brother what he lost, right? So now he's free. He gave his brother from his own self so that he didn't have to swear, okay? He's testifying that he doesn't have it, but he doesn't want it to be, you know, enmity between him and his neighbor. Now, when the thief is found, he has now brought the thief in and said, here's the thief, and the stuff that he stole from my house, I restored my brother. You know, he has to be brought to justice. Now the courts is going to condemn the thief to pay 2 for 1 to now the householder, because he incurred the guilt, right? He paid the debt. So now he has incurred the theft. So now, because he's now the victim of the loss, he gets restored 2 for 1. So there is justice here. All right. Next. Okay. If a man deliver to his neighbor all ox or sheep or any animal to keep, if he keep it without recompense, if he keeps it without pay, and it die or be torn by wild beast or carried off, and no witness seeing who can testify it, an oath of Yah shall be between them both, that he has not put forth his hand upon the property of his neighbor. And the owner of the thing shall accept his oath, and he shall not be required to make it good. So, again, if I'm holding your livestock, right, and something goes missing, not the whole herd, right? Don't tell me somebody stole a whole herd of sheep and nobody heard nothing. Because, man, I'm telling you, it's going to be a ruckus, right? So if somebody carried off 1, maybe 2, right, and no witnesses seeing can testify, an oath before Yah shall between them both, and they shall not make it. You don't have to pay it back. Again, if the thief be found later, there's always this. It reverts back to the previous law. The thief has to restore 2 for 1. If the thief sold it, he has to restore 4 for 1. So we don't forget the previous rules. Everything is, okay? When you find the thief, the result of the punishment goes back to the same. If he doesn't have the wherewith, the means to pay, he now has to work off the value of the sheep, 2 for 1, until the year of release. So he'll be working and earning way more than the value, right, while you are in this person's service until the year of release. So, but you have to think about it like, if you do this in the first year, your service is going to be for 7 years. If you do it in the 5th year, your service is going to be for 2. In any case, you still will be making way more, earning way more for the master of the house than the value of the sheep. Okay? So that's the penalty of time served. Okay? But if it be stolen, from who has to receive recompense, right? So if it's stolen from somebody who was to get paid for the job or for the care, he shall make it good to its owner. So if this was your job, you said, well, I'll take care of your sheep. Here's my pay. This is my salary. This is what I want to make. And you take it. Well, if one goes missing, you have to pay for that one back. You have to make good. It's missing. You have to pay for the one. It's not twofold, right? You have to make good. Making good is just the cost. Just the cost, okay? Okay, give them back for the sheep. You got your pay. You go your way, okay? If it hath been torn by a wild beast, let him bring the witnesses or bring him the carcass, because for that which is so torn, he shall not make restitution. So If it's attacked by a wild beast, if it's hyenas, there's not going to be much left, right? So you can bring the witnesses and they saw everybody's going to see the dogs eating the thing, okay? Because you're going to have to bring it back. You're going to say there's dogs. You got to shoo away the wild beast. There's going to be witnesses for that. If there's no witnesses, say it's attacked by a snake or something, then you bring the carcass in, right? The carcass proves that, one, we have the animal, and two, that animal was not eaten or sold or stolen. Here it is dead. And we can see, okay, the animal was struck or sick or the animal died. This you don't have to make good for. It was what it was, okay? So, and if a man borrow anything of his neighbor, the vessel be broken, right? So if you borrow anything and it breaks, or the animal die, and the owner be not with it, you have to make it good. You shall certainly make it good. So if I borrow something from you, and there is damages, then you have to restore it, right? You have to make it good. So if I borrow it and the owner is present, so if I borrow it, something, I need to borrow something, I need to use it, and the owner comes with me, and we use it, and it breaks while we're using it, I don't have to pay that back, right? You don't have to pay that back. All right? If the owner be with it, he shall not make it good. If it had been lent for profit, so if you lend it to make money with it, so you rented it out, it came unlost because of its hire, right? So you went to go profit with it, right, to make money with it, and now it's gone, it broke, it's broke. You rented it out. You already received monies for it before you sent it out. You're not going to get anything additional. That's the law here. Okay, this is justice. We're not talking about how you feel or whether or not you like it. I'm just explaining what the law is and that this is the law here. All right? Well, I'm not going to go into that. I'm going to close out this session. All right, we've opened up a donation. Excuse me. We've opened up a donation page. We're raising $12 million to build the first buildings and take a large portion of land because we're going to start raising livestock and training those who are getting ready to come. We have some people of interest that want to come, and we need to start making the provision for them. So we'll be raising livestock, sheep, camels, goats, donkeys, cows. We will be teaching how to plow using these methods. And the dung from these animals will be used as natural fertilizers in our fields. And we will begin to grow our own organic food. We will also be housing and doing other classes. And we will be opening a few stores, supermarkets, our own meat market, right? Because we need these things to build our self-sufficiency. And it will service ourselves and the larger community as well. So other people around will come to our supermarkets. And they will have food, goods, services they can purchase and buy to generate income to the community. You know, we do have a couple of programs. We have a senior program where everything that a senior contributes, it's a lot less. But whatever they contribute, it goes towards future building and expansions. And even the people who come after this is paid for, the proceeds from them working, earning money, they do get paid a salary, and that's for them. But what they pay for where they are residing goes towards, again, future expansions. This project is going to be ever growing We are looking, we have a 42-year growth projection. So we're looking to expand to very large, very large. Our number one resource right now is you. You are our number one priority. You are our purpose. You are our mission, to get you developed into a self-sustaining community and structured into an autonomous society, away from the oppression and the powers that be in the West. We want you to consider our offer. We know that it costs a family, right? A family about $20,000 a year to live here. It costs an individual about the same. The only thing that changes is the amount of food purchased, but the cost of food is so relatively low that it doesn't change much. So if you have a family and you're cooking at home, just going to the supermarket is going to be the same as a single person who cooks from time to time and eats out. So this is why the price of the school is the same. It covers your cost for being here, right? And we're taking that cost and we are directing it towards building. So it doesn't change, right? So what we gain from the tuition, which takes care of your room, your board, and your education, right? We are directing that towards building a building. Once that building is built, you're going to be transferred from paying your tuition, right, into managing a building. When you're the building manager, this is your building. You will take care of it, right? You're getting paid from the other students. This is your salary. You will continue to make a community contribution, right? But you now understand that the community's contribution is not paying the community your rent because we work in a cooperative. It is the continued building because we have a command and a mandate to help our brother, to help him get out of his condition. And the only way we can do that is by working and keep making a contribution, because we have to help people where they are. Some people need help with flights. Some people will need help with, everybody's going to need help with housing, with food, and we have to balance these things. Some people will come, they will have no money, and we have to have something for the poor. We have to, because a person is poor does not mean that they don't have the ability to come to the school. All right? Anybody who wishes to come to the school of our brothers, this is their birthright. So we, the ones who have to facilitate for those who don't. And that's how we work. We work based upon the priority of our brothers, right? The priority of our people and what is necessary for them. And we hope that you all donate. We're trying to raise $12 million. Please share. It is a peer-to-peer base donation. So you can now you can go to the website. It's on our link tree in the description below. You can go to the website and you can check it out. It has a picture of our logo. So you'll see a building and the logo picture, and it says House of Instruction. You can click on that and it will take you to the donation page. And you will be allowed to create another donation page to promote it to your people in your language. That's another important thing. So if you're watching this, you know I speak English. But if you want to make it in Spanish, Arabic, anything, because this goes out to all of my people around the world, Africa, England, Asia, India, South America, North America. We want you to be able to facilitate your own return and helping others. So those who have will help those who don't have. this whoever wills to come will come, and we're making that available. And we want those, again, these are people who come and want to learn the law. If you think you know it, don't come, because it's going to be a clash. If you think you already got it together, then you're fine where you are. You've already achieved what you need to achieve. This is for those who want to learn and grow and build, because we're building our society from the ground up. All right? We cannot bring in outside elements, outside practices. Is forbidden by our law. And we'll get to that in the law too. So please share the link. Check out our link tree below. You know, I know you guys are batting 1,000. I know you guys can see the genuineness. I mean, by now, you should be able to tell that what we are doing is needed by our people. We need to build this. We need to achieve this. And it has to be done outside, back in the land. Okay? So, and if some of you theologists out there will probably go and look and see Jubilees chapter 50, and where Moses prophesied that we would have to come back into our land from Jordan, crossing over Jordan. And that's absolutely right. The first ones do have to cross over Jordan. So we are here now, and I'm thankful to the Heshemite Kingdom of Jordan for allowing us to regather, regroup, and rebuild. And so I wish you all the best, safe travels, safe journeys. I'll see you next class. Remember, donate. We are raising $12 million to build a full community, right? We're talking of beautiful buildings, you know, fully facilitated with internet, educational facilities, and housing, stores and businesses to help fund our growth and development internally, as well as from what you donate from outside. So thank you very much. I'll see you all when you get here.